Okay, so this is a replica of a Roman hand abacus. So this would be one that would be used in the first century AD. So we have these two columns are for fractions, and this is for ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. And I'll kind of go in and show you those. And this is something I made with a 3D printer. So these replicas, people don't, I guess there's not much of a demand for these to be created right now. But it's a fun little historical tool. And I'm going to kind of show you how to use this for adding three large numbers. So I wrote it in the Roman numerals, and I'm going to try to do this on here. You will see how well I do, and I'm going to show you that way to do it, as well as then afterwards I'll show you why people gave up using Roman numerals, which didn't happen but maybe around 400 or 500 years ago. So all right, so I'm going to actually add the smallest number first. I'm going to go from bottom to top here. And so I'm going to do, this is 1,528. So I have, So I have 8, which the top row here is for 5s. And then there's 3, because the Romans had this weird thing. They didn't just do 10s, they also did 5s and 1s as well. That's kind of their weird number system. That's why it's divided up like this. So you see a 5 and then 3 1s, a V and then 3 1s. All right, and then 20, and then 500. I'll just move that top one, and then 1,000. All right, so right now I have the 1,528 represented here. And then I'm going to add 7,640. So I don't need any ones. I have 40 here. So if I have 40 plus 20, that's actually 60. 500 plus 600 is actually 1,100. So, and then plus 7,000. So 2 and 5, that's 7. Okay, now I need to add 3,820, so 2 more 10s, 300s, and then another 500, and then 3,000s. Oh, well, I'm maxed out here because I have 9,000s right here, so I'm actually going to be making this a 10,000 and then 200. All right, so now I should have, and I don't remember the Roman numeral for 10,000, but you can see that I have 1, 2, 3. And then I have 5 10s, which is a 50, and then 3 1s, 3, and then I have 4 hundreds, which would be, and a 500, so that's because it's 900, so it would be, it's a D, C, D, and then 2,000s, and then whatever a 10,000 is. So I'll just put a 10K here because I don't remember the Roman numeral for that. So if I were to write this numerically, that would be 12,988, and then we'll add this together and see how that works. So it's an 8, 8, 11 plus 8 is 19. And then there you go. Now, obviously, this takes a lot less time for two reasons. First reason, this is not the number system that we're used to. Folks in that day would have been doing this for years and years, so they would have been fairly quick with this, as quick with this as I am with that right there. The other thing to remember is they didn't have a lot of paper, so they might write down numbers and records on something that was less expensive, just for basic calculations, and then they would use this to kind of do the arithmetic there out in the field. The hand abacus wasn't something that everyone used that needed to do arithmetic. The hand abacus was used for larger calculations, and because it goes up to 1,000,000 here, and it was used by engineers, people involved in commerce, and tax collectors. So this is actually the type of hand abacus that Matthew would have used before he changed careers. But you can see that it can be used this way for different calculations, and the Romans would not have access to this for quite some time thereafter, because about that time point in the 1st century, this was being invented in India, and it was being used on sand. All right, so that's just a basic overview of how to use a 1st century Roman hand abacus.